Somebody Googled the kid who was asking the question as Charlie Kirk got shot. Somebody Googled that kid, and he's talking about, I don't know if you've seen that video, where before the shooting, he was planning or rehearsing, looking shocked. And then when it happened, he did that look. That's what he's talking about. And someone Googled that kid. What? In August, from Israel. What? Keeping with our theme today of Charlie Kirk's suspicious Google searches, there was Ian Carroll put all the Google searches in a timeline. All these Google searches show you the crazy things that people were Googling from Israel and Washington, D.C. and Huntsville, Alabama, which is a major FBI hub, before the assassination. Let's watch how Ian Carroll breaks this down.
And so this is where I started to realize that putting all of these searches onto a timeline might tell us something interesting. Because Barron keeps on kind of saying how there's this, they all cluster around this 2-week window, sort of in the middle of July of this year.
And what was happening
when the most
then?
Searches happened.
When was that? What was
and
happening?
So I'm sort of thinking, well, what happened around July 20th? Like, what was happening in Charlie Kirk's life and in TPUSA's life and in Israel's life? And, like, what was happening around that time in July? Do you know what it was?
I know.
Around this time when all these searches exploded?
I know what it was.
Any guesses?
I have a guess. TPUSA's convention in Florida? Was that what was happening right around these
On July 13th of this year, Charlie Kirk was in Florida at the TPUSA event.
Okay.
Hosting a debate between Dave Smith and Josh Hammer.
How'd that
where
go?
Dave Smith made Josh Hammer look like a fucking idiot.
Oh, okay.
And made the entire pro-Israel cause look ridiculous. And then the next day, on July 14th, Tucker Carlson headlined the main stage for the closing night of the event. And we know from Tucker's reporting, Candace's reporting, and kind of Dave Smith's reporting too, that a conversation happened backstage before Tucker went out on stage where he said, listen, I know that you get all this shit from donors, and I know that they're all over you, and I normally talk about Israel and about Jeffrey Epstein and all these things, and I'm not going to go hard on it. I don't want to bring more trouble on you. I'm not going to do it. And Charlie said, no, go all the way. Say it all. And Tucker recounted that conversation to us. So that was July 13th and 14th. And there were searches before that. They extend into June and a few in April a little bit. Some searches before that. But then they explode. That very day, the 14th, not even before the event is over, that's when Mikey McCoy gets searched in Israel. Then, that same day, a guy named Richard Rasmussen gets searched in Israel. And who is Richard Rasmussen? Let me reference my other sheet over here. He's one of the surgeons at Timpanogos Regional Hospital. 2 days later, Timpanogos Regional Hospital is searched in D.C. And then, that same day, in D.C., someone is searching for Bo Mason, who is the commissioner of the Utah Department of Public Safety. On the 18th, Stephen Nealman is searched in Israel, then Lee Patterson, then Catherine Nestor, then George Hodgson Zinn. George Zinn was searched in D.C.
Whoa.
Brian Gill searched in Israel. Robert Patterson searched in Israel.
Everybody who had something to do with the assassination was being searched before the assassination. Isn't that weird? From Israel.
Lee Trotter searched in Israel. Lossie Center searched in Israel.
Lossie Center.
You guys don't know any of these names. You've never heard of any of these names. Stephen Nealman, Lee Patterson, Catherine Nestor.
Who are they, Ian?
Brian Gill, Robert Patterson, Lee Trotter. Who are they? Well, Catherine Nestor is Tyler Robinson's lawyer. And someone was searching for her name in Israel. Not in the UK, not in Australia, not even anywhere around the United States, just in Israel. All these other names, these are all surgeons that work at Timpanogos Regional Hospital. A few of them are involved in the police force in the...
And by the way, why would somebody be Googling Timpanogos Hospital? Because that wasn't the closest hospital to where Charlie Kirk even got taken. They should have taken him to a hospital closer that actually had a trauma center, and they should have put him in an ambulance. They didn't do any of that. They took him to a regional hospital that doesn't even have a trauma center. But that was the hospital that they were Googling from Israel. Isn't that weird? Yeah, the answer is yes, that's weird.
In the area of the shooting, Schaefer Security was searched in Israel, which is like maybe just noise because Schaefer Security wasn't actually Charlie's security outfit anymore. They'd stopped a long time ago. Hunter Kozak, the guy that asked the question when Charlie was shot, he was searched in Israel on August 3rd.
Huh. That weird?
That's weird. If you recall, we have video of Hunter Kozak apparently practicing his "oh shit" expression before the shooting happened.
Somebody Googled the kid who was asking the question as Charlie Kirk got shot. Somebody Googled that kid, and he's talking about, I don't know if you've seen that video, where before the shooting, he was planning or rehearsing, looking shocked. And then when it happened, he did that look. That's what he's talking about. And someone Googled that kid. What? In August from Israel. What? Okay.
And then
wait, what did you say, Kurt?
Prophecy has come to pass.
The prophecy has come to pass. Yeah, here we go.
Very oh shit melodramatic at the moment of the shooting. But Hunter Kozak is actually part of an organization that is dedicated to trailing Charlie Kirk on campus tours and then trolling him in the questions from a left-wing perspective. Hunter Kozak is like opposition to Charlie official. He's very vocal about how he feels about Charlie, and he's part of an organized offensive group to counter Charlie Kirk at the time. Some other interesting stuff about him too, but we don't have time for all of it. But what I'm trying to show you is that just so happens that this massive explosion in search trend data happens right after the TPUSA Florida event, where it becomes pretty apparent to a lot of Jewish donors that something's got to be done about Charlie Kirk. And it gets to all kinds of granularity, like Mikey McCoy's home address. And I misspelled Mikey here. I turned him into Mickey. But that's not the only home address that got searched. On September 7th.
2 days before.
3 days before the shooting.
Guess what they Googled?
Someone in Israel searched
Get this.
W925S Street.
Seems pretty specific. What street is that?
That is a very specific search.
What street is that? Tell me, Ian. Pray tell.
Right?
Yeah. What is that address?
And I see in the chat, someone just said like 9 billion searches a day.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Yeah, but none of them are for this.
No, only
and
one.
We know that because when you look up W925S Street, look all over the country. Look at every jurisdiction. Look at other countries. Look all over the world and see how many Google searches are done for that exact order of letters and numbers.
0.
How many digits are in your PIN for your debit card?
4.
4, right? Yeah. Because just 4 random numbers in a sequence is a fucking like uncrackable code. There's endless possibilities. But when you have letters and numbers and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters long, that's an astronomically rare thing to search. And do you know what W925S Street is?
Let me guess.
Well, it's not Mikey McCoy's address, but it is where the gun was found. Like literally where the gun was found. It is this tiny stretch of road from about here to about here, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 houses. And the gun was found right here. 3 days before the shooting, someone halfway around the world is searching for an address in this little town in Utah. I mean, it's not a little town. It's attached to Salt Lake City. But bitch, please. Come on. And then on July 11th in the District of Columbia, someone searched 683 W925S Street. That's a pretty specific location. 683 is this house.
Oh, whoa.
That's the chicken coop
That's-
right there.
That's where they found the gun. Whoa. What do you make of that, Ian?
What? I mean, you make your own assessment. You decide for yourself if you want to give any credibility to all that. But I highly recommend that you go.
That you go and check out, what's that guy's name? Barry Coleman? What was that guy's name? Oh, why am I doing
Baron. It was
Well,
Baron.
Baron. Baron. B-A-R-O-N. Baron. What's that, Kurt?
Well, is it hard to replace Charlie Kirk? I'm gonna be Don Jr. right now.
Yeah. I miss the old days when an assassination team knew how to pull off a coup without leaving their fingerprints throughout the crime scene.
Yeah.
The internet was invented by the deep state, and it turned around and bit them in their asses. Look at this. Isn't that something?
That's the best part of it.
And they found the gun right there where someone Google searched before the assassination. And if you don't have a problem with that, then you must be redoing the ballroom in your head.
I call my head the White House.
Whoa, is all I have to say to that. Whoa. Great job, Ian. Or Ian and Baron Coleman. Whoa. What do you make of that, Kurt? All those Google searches. They Google searched that hospital that nobody had ever heard of, that they weren't supposed to even take him to, yet they took him there. They Google searched all the doctors. They Google searched his lawyer, who wasn't his lawyer yet. They Google searched Tyler Robinson before somebody Google searched Tyler James Robinson from Washington, D.C.
I think it's weird that no one has thought that people can search the Google trends before. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of it, but somebody did.
Yeah, Baron Coleman did.
Yeah, and also after I've seen it applied to all the shootings, that's really bad.
Yeah. If you believe the establishment story about what happened to Charlie Kirk, I've got a bridge and a vaccine I'd like to sell you. Because you are gullible, but that's what Megyn Kelly will tell you. She believes in every word of it. Megyn Kelly doesn't have any skepticism about the story that's happening, that's being pushed by Kash Patel and the establishment. She believes all of it, and she believes people like Candace Owen. She's going to cut her slack because Candace Owen is sad. She's having a sad.
Yeah, she's not saying what you got to think, Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's for the left.
Left
to do.
Yeah.
She's just saying, in good faith, she thinks a furry killed Charlie Kirk and then went to McDonald's for a McFlurry with his manifesto.
That's right. And then texted his lover and gave every step of his assassination plot to his lover in a text immediately afterwards.
You ever see Dog Day Afternoon? It's all in there.
Yeah. Okay. If you like to hear me make jokes about this, come see me. I've added second shows in Australia. We'll be in Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving. That's a Friday. Everybody's off. Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, California. Then we'll see in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. January 11th, we'll be in Waikiki. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets. The Waikiki ticket link going to be coming soon. Come see us in Australia. Second show's added in Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. We'll see you in Burbank, California the day after Thanksgiving. It's a Friday. And then Pottstown, Pennsylvania, December 6th. Plus, January 11th, we're going to be in Waikiki at the Blue Note. Tickets not available yet for them, but go to jimmydore.com for a link for all the other tickets.